What's up, guys? Back here on 2K now with a good friend of mine. He's a interesting young man, but we love him anyway. That's the one and only Danny Boy Rue.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. Pleasure to be here, sir. Pleasure.
How are things?
Good, man. Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
And just got married.
Yep.
So
Just married.
we don't know when this is gonna be posted, but when it's posted, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we were shooting this 2 days after that date. Would have loved your dancing there.
I wanted to come. Unfortunately, I had other things going, so I didn't.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We're going to talk about dancing a lot in this, but I wanted to actually first ask you where it all began. To give me a little background on your upbringing.
Man, see, a lot of people don't know this, and I'm gonna cut straight to like the lowest of the low. In 2016, I was basically
You were born in
homeless.
2016?
No. The lowest of the low of my career.
Got it.
Yes, I was born in 2016. Yes. No,
He's 6 years old, folks.
6 years.
He's got a man beard at 6.
Got a man beard at 6.5 actually right now. So the lowest, like the starting career, I've been doing videos for a long time. I used to dance. Now dancing is more like a hobby, fun,
Yeah.
make it fun. I don't
Yeah.
practice like I used to. I used to lab. I used to do all that. But in 2016, I basically was homeless. I would sleep in my car for 8 months prior to running into my friend Nick, and we blew up together. But man, I would go to clubs. They'd hand me like $50, to come
Do what?
dance, turn up, be energy. And I would do that like every weekend. So maybe I might make $100 a week, maybe.
Wow.
And I sometimes like if I drive, I had a 1984 Jeep Cherokee at the time, and I would drive from like Baton Rouge to Lafayette, different cities in Louisiana, and then sometimes go to Mississippi, and they'd give me like $40 for a motel, and I'd pocket that, and I would sleep in my car.
Wow.
So in Louisiana, in that area, there's truck stops like all over the place, and they have
Yeah.
showers at truck
Yeah,
stops.
yeah, yeah.
So I would shower and then sleep in my car. I would do that a lot. So, and then I hit up Nick.
Well, before we this
Yeah.
is fascinating. I actually didn't know any of that stuff. I'm sure you don't talk about it a lot, but
I don't.
even before that,
Yeah.
where were you born?
All like I bounced around between Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and Alexandria.
What was your relationship with your parents?
So my biological father left me my mom when I was still in the womb. My mom met my stepdad when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
They got
You have
together.
siblings?
I do. I
Yeah.
actually have. I have two sisters. Well, every sister is a half sister.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Yep,
have four
yep.
sisters and two half brothers. I really claim, my sisters. I love them to death. Those are like family. Everything. But as far as that, man, growing up was tough. My stepdad came to my life, and he is my dad. He passed away, 10 years ago now.
Well,
And then it sucks because after he passed, I had men step into my life as a father figure. And my uncle was one of them, and he recently just passed too. So it's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
Don't tell people a lot about my
yeah.
personal life because I'm always happy, energetic, and
Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that I can make people smile. I never want people to go through negativity. If you're having a hard time in life, and if I can make just 20 seconds just make you laugh,
Yeah.
it's worth it for me. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. People don't realize that, like with me, I don't get paid for reels and the TikToks. Yeah, it's like chump change. You don't make really money off of that. It's just content. It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing that. I like making people laugh.
Yeah.
So that's that's like.
I
what
can't
love
wait
do.
to get into talking about content with you, but just to expand on that stuff, on the family background, did you feel like you had strong presences and like structure, or was it like
For
what
family,
went to from the moment to like did you have to become the man in that situation at all
After okay.
before the homelessness?
So after my stepdad passed away, I had a job. I actually had a good job. I was making good money, but it was hard for me to continue to work. I went through a lot of mental stress at that point because I lost my best friend. My dad was everything. He taught me how to work on cars. He taught me life, how to treat women, how to be a gentleman, how to be a man. He taught me business in some ways at that age. and then losing that it's devastating. It is. I don't know if anyone's ever lost anyone, but when you do, and I've lost a few people that are really close to me over this past decade, it's rough, you
Yeah.
know. And the most recent one, my uncle, not too long ago. So
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry to hear.
no, it's okay, man. I mean, we live and we learn, and you know, positivity is the best way. That's what I like to do. What I do,
Yeah.
make people laugh. Man.
Yeah.
You see me at the clubs or not
Yeah.
clubs. I'm sorry.
We'll get to that too.
Anywhere. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But anyway.
What was your educational background? Did you go to
So
college?
yeah, I dropped out of college. But you know,
Was there a reason? Was it connected to this stuff, or just you weren't
kinda?
ready?
It's kind of not ready, and a lot of stuff, man. Trying to get a job, trying to work.
Yeah.
You know, and it's rough. A lot of people from the South know if y'all are from the South and or anywhere actually, you know, it's tough. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, money has to go out for college when money could be coming in.
Yeah.
So, you met Nick,
Yeah. Hmm.
and then things started to kind of come together. So,
With
talk about
Nick-
this content journey.
So with Nick, and it's true, you know, we've said it in like, you know, some of the older podcasts that we've done or like interviews, and it's funny because Nick is my brother forever, for life. We still talk. You know, if he needs anything, whatever I can do to help, and vice versa. I hit him up because he used to MC at the clubs.
Yeah.
Like he was the MC
Yeah, yeah.
on the mic,
And you were the
and I
right
was
man.
dancing.
Yeah.
And basically, the old videos, yeah, baby, we live, you know, and what you doing, Daniel, son? A lot of that stuff is New Orleans, like
Yeah,
a lot of people,
slang,
yeah,
yeah.
MCs out there,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. There's an MC in New Orleans called Big Chew. He's like, we love, baby, and we kind of was making fun of him, but running with it, and then also. It was all a mutual thing because a lot of in New Orleans, like we live, baby, is like the thing, you know,
Yeah.
and we took it to a whole nother level
Yeah.
as far as for New Orleans and put it on the map. And then the Peter Pan is the famous dance, you know, be doing with the legs.
Yeah.
That's all New Orleans bounce style dancing. Now the hop, it's kind of my stuff. I kind of made that, but you know, and then recently last year we turned it into a viral thing when we started doing it on top of my head. It's the
Yeah.
same dance. It just made it more made it pop like that. So, but Nick would be in the clubs. "Yeah, we live, Dan. What you doing, Dan? Ooh, you know, he would say all that. And then I was like, I stayed at his house. I was like, let me stay at your house for 2 weeks, bro. I just need to sleep on the couch. He's like, all right, cool. And then I was like, man, let's go do a video like that. I'll go to McDonald's and I'll dance on the counter and then it worked.
Yeah.
And
this
then
is what year?
This is the end of 2016,
Yeah.
like December,
Yeah.
going on to the beginning of 2017. And
This was your first, what you felt like,
yeah,
big viral
I was
moment.
like, yo, this could work.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, nah, because duplication, like
It's amazing that we're talking about less than 7 years ago.
5 years ago. Mhm.
Yeah, and like back then, that seemed impossible, but now it's
Yeah.
like
Well, see
what
what-
so many people do.
see, the reason
You're
why-
like an old OG. Somehow.
That's what people like. Yeah, they're like, you're the stepping stone
Yeah.
for all the content creators out there. And I'm like, man, I just be me. I just like
Yeah,
having
yeah,
fun. But back then, the reason why duplication rule applies from Vine. See, in Vine, you couldn't do the same thing over and
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again. And that's where Nick's mindset was. I was like, nah, bro, let's just change it up a little bit. And he's like, nah, bro. And he's like, all right, whatever, we'll do it. Did it. It went viral again.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, we got something. He's like, man, I don't know. You know, tried it again. Boom, it blew up. He's like, all right, we might have something here.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just continue to, you know, run into people like T-Pain was our first big person. He came to New Orleans and performed.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Oh man,
He was just there, and you were like, let's ask him.
actually, we were doing Spray Ground, the backpack
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
You're familiar with them.
Yep.
They hit us up and they're like, hey, come to this booth we have in New Orleans. This was during the All-Star game in 2017.
This is before Sprayground blew out too.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
before Sprayground blew up. This is the All-Star game, and they had a little show, and they asked me and Nick to come through. And then
Had you
Andy-
ever been to an All-Star game?
No, I never been to nothing, man. Like, actually, I lie. I completely lie, and please forgive me for saying this. So, 2012, Karl Malone's son, KJ,
Random. Yeah.
KJ was
Yeah.
playing football for the Tigers.
Yeah.
I have a background with a lot of because I was at LSU in the area and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff,
of
and
course.
then, me and OBJ were really good friends. So I met a lot of the football players. You know, I met everybody, and still friends. Jarvis Landry,
Yeah, I
And
know you talk to those guys all the time.
yeah, they're good people, and we've been friends. They're like brothers to me. Like
Yeah,
me and O still talk
yeah,
all the
I
time.
know.
This is, so I got to meet KJ, and here's the thing that I would do, and so they had a place called Tigerland. It's like where the little clubs are, right outside of the college. All the athletes would go, you know, and I had an old truck, so I would fill up, my old Jeep. I'd fill up the football players and take them back
Yeah,
every night,
yeah.
like make sure everybody got home. So I would do that, and Mr. Carl, Mr. Malone, his son and me became cool, and he told him what he did. He told his dad what I was doing, and I was at a point where I had my truck was or my Jeep was messed up, and to this day, a lot of people don't know this. This is something I don't even talk about. I never brought this up. Carl Malone, he said, "Man, I want to help you get a truck," so he helped me get a new Tacoma.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a blessing. His whole family, most genuine people. His wife, the daughters, good people. And then actually it's crazy because Carl gifted me something for Christmas. And it sucks because I lost it and I'm sick to my stomach, man. It was only like one of four made. It was an autographed poster of him, the glove, Kobe, and Shaq,
Wow.
and it got lost in storage years ago. I'm super upset about that because he gave that to me as a gift. It sucks, man. But yeah, I mean, just little things like that. But he was such a caring person. And now we go past that and forward back to 2017 where I was. He actually took me. I'm sorry, not forward fast, but
Oh, he was the reason you were there?
he took me and put me courtside in the All Star game
Oh,
in
wow.
2012. Yeah, that's 2012 if I'm not
No, the
mistaken.
first All Star.
Yeah, in New
Because
Orleans.
they did they got the second one because of the whole
Yes,
Charlotte thing.
so
But yeah,
Carl was such a blessing. His son, his whole family,
yeah,
genuine Southern people,
yeah.
and yeah, he took me to my first All Star game and got me courtside. It was really cool.
Wow.
I actually have a picture on my Instagram from that year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty cool.
awesome. So, 2017, you hadn't really done a lot of stuff.
No.
So then, yeah, talk me
Yeah,
through
so
that.
like 2017, social media had influencers,
Yeah,
but it wasn't
not like that.
like that. So me and Nick were probably the most popular thing on social media in 2017, 18. Like you have a lot of other influencers now that are still doing their thing, but there's a lot of people that just I guess quit or
Well, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but the amount of work and the amount you have to put yourself out there, and
man,
like it's tiring. And
let me
it's
tell
like,
you.
yeah,
And not a lot of people know this, but when I say it got to the point last year, I would say last year, where I was mentally overwhelmed
yeah,
so bad,
yeah.
I stopped doing social media for about 6 months. I was just
You got to
reposting.
switch it off.
I was reposting old content. Bro, I got off the internet. I was just
yeah. I had a stretch like that
overwhelmed.
too. Yeah.
Thinking about trying to make content every day. It got so bad. Um, Guys, like, I want to talk to you guys who are watching this. Like, make sure you take care of your mental state. It is super important. It got so bad. I'd look at my Ring, my security camera. I went back to look at like the house. I was looking for something, and I found myself pacing and like I went back and looked at footage. I was looking for something. I was like, I misplaced it. And
You
I
were
was like,
going all
my
crazy.
camera knows where it's
Yeah.
at. I paced in my living room for like 2 hours,
Just
thinking
like,
of content, and I'm like, bro, I gotta chill.
okay. So I wanted to ask you this later, but I'll ask you it now because it's relevant. When you are having kind of those thought sessions,
Okay.
and then probably that moment happened, and this probably changed. But how important? Because you also work with a lot of brands, including us, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
What was the like thought process in terms of like I need to create content so I can better my relationship with brands? Like,
So,
what was that?
so originally, yeah, in 2018, 17, me and Nick were wild, but we had fun and no one really cared. But we'd go to gentlemen's clubs and I'd be
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
videos in there and
I
stuff.
remember the first video I saw of about 2K, where you slid a credit card and said VC. Yeah, Go find it. I don't want to talk about it
We're
anymore.
not gonna talk about it. Anyway, it was hilarious. It was
It was
hilarious.
funny.
It was funny. But yes, I had. You have to clean up your image, and then me and my manager were just speaking about this. Linda, we were talking about this recently. That over the past couple of years, like anytime I do videos, I still do dance videos with girls, but I make sure they're clothed. And it's like as the thing is, it's like
You have a responsibility.
yeah, I have a responsibility, but I still like to have fun.
Yeah.
So I make it fun.
Welcome that.
I
Yeah,
just make
welcome
sure
that.
women are fully clothed, you know,
That's good.
and not too revealing because it's you have kids watching you,
Yeah.
and it's not as crazy as you used to be, but I still make funny content and people still love it. And God has really been blessing me through this journey, and I'm just happy to be able to still stay relevant and still work and still be able to make this a career. So it's fun.
So talk to me about the positivity that led to some of this content, like
Oh,
how
man.
that's the anchor within
Man,
all of it.
I've had so many like individuals come up to me, and I get people all the time, but they've had like the military, for instance. So many people from the military have literally came up to me and told me, man, when I was, stationed in Iraq or Afghanistan during that time, they're like, bro, the whole squad, they would be, watching the videos, and that brought them joy. And that's something that people don't know that I appreciate when somebody comes up to me and they're like,
What was
"You-
that first time like? The first time somebody came up to you and
oh
was like,
man,
and you were like, "Whoa, how did this happen?"
man, it's just, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. People don't realize that, like, that means so much to me just by somebody coming up to me and they're like, everything you've done has just got me through this or got me through that. I've had people saying they went to rehab on some, if it was this or that, and they would tell me that, my videos, like, me and Nick's videos or my videos or whatever would just make them happy and got them through some bad times. And that's more to me than anything. That's priceless, man. So you can't, when you have someone literally going through something and sit there and tell you to your face that what you did possibly saved my life or got me going through the worst times of my life, like that's some serious stuff, man. That's super powerful, man. So it means the world to me, and I still get it today. I still, like 2 days ago, I had a guy literally sit down and he's like, I don't want a picture, I don't want nothing. I just want to tell you I love you because you got me through the hardest times of my life. But
Yeah.
you can't
Well,
top that, man.
for sure.
Yeah.
When did it start opening doors for you? Because I remember the way that you and I actually met was you came up for mocap, and what I've actually always respected about you is that you followed up.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, I just did mocap, had a lot of fun. There's got to be other ways that I can work with 2K. And then obviously that road was paved.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
walked it.
The only thing I don't like about mocap is y'all don't let me post while I'm there.
Well, there's sensitive tech.
I'm
that,
messing. I know that can't be seen. I understand.
There's a lot of other people making video games. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
showing your competitor.
I
anyway.
know. And I
It's
know.
still pretty funny though.
It's awesome. But yeah, no, man, I always am very grateful to 2K.
What was the first year? Was it in 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going into 19. So
Yeah.
19 was the first time.
2K19 was the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I can't wait till y'all update it though, because we gotta wait for the seasons to have some of my dances. So
Yeah.
it's cool though. I mean, I feel like you should just give me my
He
dances.
seems a little concerned. A little concerned
About what?
about not having your dances.
I mean, yeah,
hurts you?
my player is like people,
No, I know, but those. I mean, honestly, like one of the best dances in the world. Like we gotta make that along the journey.
Man, what was so like, and last year, because my dance has still been in the game on current gen. A lot of the guys on current gen,
yeah.
so it was embarrassing when people would do my dance and I couldn't do it
Yeah.
around me. I'm like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun.
I feel like we can equip them. I know a guy. I'm sure we can make that happen.
you know, guy. All right, cool. As long as you know somebody, we can make it happen.
Yeah. But yeah, talk about the first time at mocap and
Wow.
what 2K as a brand, like being connected to, like
Man.
really
The
meant
thing,
for your other brand stuff.
So I've been a 2K fan since ESPN 2K5, the best
Yeah.
football game ever made.
Yeah.
I stand on that.
I know, it's not crazy. Still.
People still play that.
I know.
It's
Yeah, I
updated
know.
on
I'm
4K
aware.
on the PC and
Yeah.
update the rosters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, it's been a blessing because with 2K, um, it opened a lot of doors. It did, and the first time at mocap, man, I'll never forget how excited I was, cause like me and Nick actually made a video that went super viral when I was running around in there and I put the suit on
Yeah.
and Lord Dan baby, what you doing? No, you got the suit, Dan, and everybody's like,
I remember that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. But man, I can honestly say I really appreciate everyone at 2K. Um, it's such a blessing.
Well, we're not here to talk about thanking 2K, but what I really want to talk about is how that helped you as a business guy.
As a business guy, that was one of the that's probably the biggest as far as doing anything with you guys. Is the biggest company I've ever done anything with. So yes, of course. I mean, man, it helped me. It taught me a lot about like, you guys would tell me things like when I talk to you about how you have to change your whole because I'm working with 2K, so I have to change up a lot of stuff. I can't be too crazy or too wild with
That's a
certain
tough
things.
one, right?
It,
Because like
so
even we have
it's E
like
for everyone.
well, but, I mean, we have like the flights of the world and
Yeah,
the agents of the world and stuff where like they were sort of born out of toxicity and like raging at me and stuff like that, which is totally fine. It's
yeah.
a character that you got to build and you got to lead, and it's cool. But ultimately,
Hmm.
like it's not just us that's looking at content.
It's
And I'm actually
everybody.
trying to protect you from other brands. Like
Yeah.
I had somebody on the other day. Oh yeah, it was Hollywood, and he was like, somebody, I think it was GameStop, was watching my content and was really appreciative of the way I talk about the NBA 2K League, and it reminded me that the toxicity is actually in the long run not like a benefit, but it just depends on the person, right?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because man, I
But
sometimes
ultimately, these brands, you answer to these brands.
got to.
If this is how you want to monetize and
Yeah,
make a career. I'm
you know,
not saying us. I'm just saying all brands.
you have to like you have to be careful. And me, even I do stream, and I I get mad. I'm a competitive
Of
person,
course,
so I
yeah.
curse and shit, and everybody's laughing. But I make it, and people laugh at me because they're like, "Dan's mad. He's raging,"
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's a game. I'm very competitive, and but overall,
There's a way of doing it though, right?
there
Where
is
it's like because you have to think of the audience that you have, but you also have to think about the audience of the brands that you aspire for.
exactly. You're
Yeah.
right.
Who are some of the brands that you would love to work with?
That I would love to
Yeah.
work with.
If you could dream it up, and I could make Daddy Ronnie 2K could make it happen for you.
I mean, man,
What brands would you love to work with?
anybody would love to work with. Like, is it NBA brand? That's a brand.
Yeah,
Oh, anybody would
of
love to work
course.
with the
Yeah.
NBA.
You're not working with the NBA?
I mean, I'm working with NBA 2K.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I'm a very.
Why haven't you played in an NBA celebrity game, by the way?
I did 2007.
No, for the NBA?
I think I did.
No,
Yeah.
you played. No, I remember that one. You played
Yeah.
for. Oh, you played in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You played before I did.
No,
Well,
that was the year.
your hometown advantage. I'm waiting for the NBA to be in San
No,
Francisco,
it was
which is
Charlotte. It was Charlotte. Or no, Chicago.
no. I was
2000.
I played in that game.
You were there.
We
You
were we on the same team?
I don't remember.
God, my old man memory. No, dude, I'm telling you, you played in that Bleacher Report game.
That's what it was.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the NBA celebrity game.
Oh no,
on Friday night.
no, man. I mean,
But why not?
I don't know. I'm not that popular.
What? Oh, come on,
I mean, look, man.
Dan Rue.
Just because I get millions of views doesn't mean anything. I'm just a regular dude. I like to have fun.
I want to find out why you don't play this celebrity game. Because you're a pretty good baller.
I hoop. Yeah,
You're okay.
I hoop. I haven't hooped in months. I still do stuff with Lethal Shooter.
Yeah.
We've done videos and stuff.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
go shoot sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also love football too. I could throw the ball now. I could throw the ball. So,
Yeah. No, I know. I'm trying to do stuff with the Niners. I hope that they have a celebrity game for Super Bowl.
And you do
or
like
Pro
a
Bowl
flag
instead.
football
Yeah,
would be fire.
they definitely got to do that.
That definitely would be fun.
Switching gears, you brought
Okay.
up Lethal Shooter, so this actually reminded me. What advice would you have for someone who wants to get in this field? Because I don't know about you, but
Okay.
like anytime I talk to a group of kids.
Uh-huh.
Like I spoke at my I spoke graduation a couple years ago, and then went and did some mentorship programs for kids at my high school.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "What do you all want to be?"
Uh-huh.
And now everybody
YouTuber.
says YouTuber,
YouTuber, influencer, yeah, yeah.
YouTuber. What advice do you have for
So for YouTube, okay, so I will let you know, my YouTube is not that great because it's my fault.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't consistent at the time. I had a good friend of mine, DDG.
Yeah.
He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, Dan, you gotta get
TDG?
yeah.
Zach?
DDG, DDG,
DDG. Oh,
DDG.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
DDG. Okay.
DDG. He hit me up. He's like, "Bro, Dan, why are you not on YouTube?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, I don't know."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, let me help you." Boom, boom.
Because you can't be on a million channels.
No,
You know?
no, you
That's
can't.
tough.
It's tough, but
You have to prioritize. I mean, like
Yeah.
you're dancing and
yeah, and
short form works for you.
yeah.
That's why Lethal Shooter's not on YouTube, for example.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we.
You know what I mean?
It's like not everybody likes. We still get hella views from other platforms, and still helps us stay, consistent and relevant. But YouTube is it's a tough one. But there are kids who grind, kids who make videos every day, and I was doing it and was doing well, and then I stopped. It was my fault because the consistency, I left because I was
The
more.
mental health break and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
well, that too. And I was more focused on, trying to do regular content too. But now it's like, I look back. But not only that, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna start getting back on my YouTube. And I already told myself, like, you have to be consistent, but also get the trends. Anything that's trending, it doesn't matter what it is. There's always something on in the social world that people are a fan base of. There's drama. You have sports. Um, you have cars. There's so many different avenues. There's the marketing, the real estate. So many different
That's
things.
curious you say that though, because like, I wouldn't say that. How many followers you? 3.5 million, whatever it is, on Instagram.
Yeah,
How many of those people do you think are dancers or care about dance?
probably not that
Yeah.
many. Probably they just laugh.
But-
It's more
But
of a
you said they're connected to you because they aspire for comedy and feel good about that. You
Yeah.
make them feel good.
yeah. I make them laugh. But I like I was saying, I think if you want to become a YouTuber, influencer, whatever you want to do, you have to attack trends. And it's like not just a dancing trend. I'm talking about a sound or, if something's going on with the president. There's certain things you can dip and dab to. Me, I personally don't get into politics,
Yeah.
but you can still make fun or attack any kind of trend that's going on. If it's sports,
Is there anybody that you really admire in that way?
like who, for an influencer,
Yeah.
or
Well, in the way that you're speaking of, because when you were speaking of that, who I thought of
Who's
was
that?
Supreme Dreams. Just
Okay.
because like
Yeah, Supreme.
every time something happens
Mark's
in
good
the
people.
basketball world,
Mark's great.
he's on it. Like the Draymond
He-
thing the other day was hilarious.
Him and his
like,
guys.
Yeah.
They're doing
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. There's a lot of hardworking influencers out there that people don't see the work. And
Oh,
me,
100%.
I know what it takes.
Yeah.
So when you see stuff like that, and then I love what Mark and them do. Supreme.
A lot of it's not the final product.
Yeah.
It's the scripting.
it's-
It's the ideation. It's the conversations. It's getting props.
They
It's like all
I
that
love
stuff.
how they attack sports in general. Anything that happens, whatever it is, they're very brilliant on attacking what you don't see. They'll the what was it, the recent one they did?
But Draymond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Draymond.
Yeah.
They did after what happened.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what it was made it so funny.
Yeah.
Is because after what happened, they attacked like a different storyline. It's
Yeah.
very brilliant. And
Yeah.
those guys, hats off
Well,
to
they do
them.
that all the time.
Yeah,
When
they always do
LeBron
that.
introduced
Of
the
course,
team.
yeah.
That was so funny.
But that's the thing. They attack a trend.
Yeah.
Something that's trending.
Yeah.
They always do that, and they're
Yeah.
very smart about that.
A lot of the most successful ones, especially recently, that's exactly what they do. I'd actually say that's one of the big reasons I grew on, at least on Twitter at first.
Yeah.
Was like I was every night, like
Yeah.
early
You have
days
to.
in my career, where I was like watching every basketball game and having my own point of view and just
course.
putting it out there. Who cared? A little clappy, whatever. But it was mine.
And then, like a recent trend, what a lot of people are doing, a lot of people do it. They'll take like a viral video and then try to react to it or like copy it
Yeah.
in their own way. And that's trending too. But there's so many different trends.
So who do you really respect outside of
Man,
obviously
yeah,
Mark and Emma?
there's so many people.
Yeah.
If I start saying names, I'll probably leave somebody
they're
out.
coming after you.
I'll leave somebody
Yeah.
out. Man, some of the OGs, Haha Davis is still doing his thing,
Yeah.
and like Robbie World does great work. Man, I love him. Supreme Dreams, those guys are amazing. You still have Pretty V. I love Pretty V. She's an influence. Also, well, I'm not gonna say influencer, but she's an individual that is kind of, she's like a female version of me. She's always dancing, funny, and B Simone, Jess Hilarious. I kind of went with them, in that group. And there's other people, Fatboy SSE, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, Fat Boy.
Yeah, man, there's so many people, and then I hate to say these names because people be like, "Yo, bro,
What about me, bro?
what about me, bro?" But the list goes on and
Yeah, for
on.
sure.
And
What do you
man,
respect most about
I
them? Is it that they put themselves out so much?
they have to,
And you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if you feel this way, but a lot of the people, like think people are seeing a different side of you in this interview
yeah,
than what they're probably used to. But that's because I think everybody's different from what they
man,
are on camera.
I will
You're
be.
playing a character.
It's okay. So I feel bad to the people who follow me because I don't put out enough content sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm posting like once every 4 days.
yeah,
And it used to be, and it's funny because I just ran into Gary Vee not too long ago,
Yeah.
and everybody saw the TikTok that we did together because he was like, "I want 4 TikToks a day, Dan. You understand me? 4 TikToks a day. You'll never regret it." I had people massively messaging me every day if I missed a day on TikTok. 4 TikToks a day, 4 TikToks a day, and I'm like, I cannot do that, man. I
Yeah.
can do two. I can do two, maybe max a day, or like one.
That's-
When I
even
started going
that's
from,
wild.
it's wild,
Yeah.
but he's right to a lot of guys who are starting out on TikTok. You wanna push and attack, but man, um,
I know it's crazy how that switch happens. By the way, what you just mentioned, which is when you're an initial. I say the same thing for initial content creators, which is you got to be consistent and
You
you got to be
have to.
frequent.
you have to.
But then there comes a time where it switches.
Yeah,
Where if you do too much,
yeah, exactly.
it like
It
actually
oversaturates.
it oversaturates.
Uh,
So like finding that like tilting point is so interesting.
Yeah, but I will say I apologize to my viewers and the people who support me, but I feel like I don't post enough, which I should.
To be honest, I feel the same way.
I
Really.
was like, man, I need to get back to posting.
But I think that
videos
we
every
all
day.
feel that way. I bet you even the ones that
Yeah.
post every day, they're like, oh, we could do more. Or
Yeah,
we should be doing
it
more.
should, and
Yeah.
and that's why I feel like I need to start hanging around those other influencers to get the niche back, the itch to want to make videos, because now it's come to the part where it's like I'm not pressed to make videos every day.
No, but you should only do it, and I feel this way too. If it's actually gonna
Yeah,
really like emotionally move you.
motivation is hard for me. Doing this for so many years, finding the motivation is hard. When I wake up, my thoughts aren't, "Oh, I got to make a video today." That's not, it used to be like that. It used to be like, "Oh man, I got to
Yeah.
make something happen, like right here, right now." It's not like that
So
anymore.
what are you thinking about now?
The long term, I recently started taking acting classes. I would love to do commercials. I love commercials. I would love to do a role in anything, a series or something like that. I have a great character. People don't see that side of me because they just see the dancing and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
and the
So
thing.
how do
but
we get there? Because what I was going to ask you was, what does the next 5 years look for Dan Rue? But I want to actually dive deeper, which is
It's
how
me
do you
being
take what you have now and go down the lane to become an actor?
it's me being more active and showing what I'm truly capable of. The people who know me, they tell me like
You could do it, yeah.
You can do it.
You
Like
definitely
you
could.
have the personality. I do accents, and people don't even know this. I talk a lot. People still don't even think that I talk. I'm sure there's somebody who's gonna comment.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
sure
even
people
know
are watching this
this is
and
the
being
first
like,
time I
who
hear
the
him
hell?
speak.
How the hell is this?
Who the hell is this guy? This summer, Dan Rue speaking on. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
But how do we get you there? Like, what are the steps?
Acting classes?
You're in them?
I just started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm late because, my team has been on me about that. Acting classes, trying to do more. I actually recently talked with my team. I was like, yo, I want to start doing like I want to redo parodies. I'd make a parody of a movie or little things like that to show like,
That you have that.
yeah,
Yeah.
have that funny side of me, that acting side of me. So I'll start to do that. You'll see that coming up soon on
Can't wait.
my channels. I'll
Yeah.
be doing more of that.
Do you think anything that you're doing now is detrimental to that future?
Yes, I mean, I feel like anything anyone does currently is detrimental to your future. I don't think that it's not. I need to definitely. I really talk to myself like it sucks because I mean it doesn't suck. I really talk to myself and I'm like, yo, you gotta get to it, man. You gotta get back to posting videos. You gotta try this new thing because, if you don't, I'm not gonna say fall off, but if you don't stay consistent, there's a lot of people I saw that I grew up with watching on social media that don't post at all
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing, you
Yeah.
know.
And in that time, they probably didn't create other swim lanes
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and it
I mean, because
sucks.
ultimately that's what it's about,
Yeah,
right?
and yeah, that too. But the only thing is, I wish, and it's I'm so happy that, and I have a lot of people that, yo, you're like the stepping stone to new influencers. You're the OG.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I wish stuff was monetized back when I was popular.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Yeah,
I have a
I
couple
know.
videos that hit like hundreds of millions of views on my Facebook.
Yeah.
We didn't see you don't see a penny of that because
Yeah.
monetization wasn't a thing back then.
That's right.
So it sucks, but it's also great how the world
No,
is
I think both
evolving.
you and I are kind of OG in that way.
Yeah, so
But there's a lot of great things about that too, because you know
course.
what? You're more aligned to be more of a legacy as opposed to,
and I,
you know what I mean?
that's the goal, man. To be like, a lot of people say I'm the Jim Carrey of this era, and if you've seen me,
You kind of have a Jim Carrey face without the beard.
yeah, I know.
Would you like to do a Jim Carrey impression?
Party, because I gotta. No, I don't know.
That's pretty good, actually.
That was light. I could really get into it, but I'm not going to. But
Wrong podcast.
Rome.
Different, different podcast.
Oh yeah, different podcast. Another day, another day.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, you're a good friend of mine. Always had a lot of fun with you. Really appreciate you getting deep and talking about all these subjects. Very good stuff. This is something a brand should see, I think.
Yeah, I
And
I
this
don't
side
do
of you.
this.
Yeah.
I don't. This is probably the second most serious.
Yeah,
podcast
well,
I've ever
okay,
had.
so like let me end with this question, which is, I feel like if I could give you any advice,
Okay.
Having known you and seen you interact for a long time, it's like I want you to feel just as uncomfortable as you do, with your content and dancing and being goofy and like putting a smile on your face as you do with like pushing the envelope. Like, because I feel like that's how people are really like successful. They get into swim lanes and like they think about things that are beyond their scope of what they're doing. Not that you don't. You have a lot of endorsement deals, and all of that. But like, how can you extend what Dan Rue is so that these people could see it? You have to get uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If that makes sense.
There's a lot of things that I'll have to put my foot into that I've never had before.
Yeah.
That's going to be the hardest part for me. A lot of people, they're like, yo, why aren't you in movies or why aren't you doing this? It's because, to be honest, I had a good friend of mine, Niall, from Wildin' Out. He's a producer. He told me, he's like, Dan, you gotta take these classes. You gotta put this work in.
You do.
And I have to. And
It doesn't happen.
And it's not
overnight.
making content. It's not. I can do social media all day, but I actually have to put the work in because.
Well, the other thing is these people might not know that that's what you want to do.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Like,
I
how
have to
is
show it.
some Hollywood person just going to be like,
Exactly.
hey, Dan Rue might want to be in a movie? There's no way. They probably just think, hey, he's an amazing, Instagram star, and that's his lane, and he wants to. He likes that lane. I don't
Yeah.
even want to ask him to be uncomfortable.
Could be. I
You know what I mean?
don't. I'll never know because I don't do the right moves to do that, and that's why from moving forward, I'm going to be trying into the acting and then taking trying to do like mini parody short films and stuff like that. But I do love the comedy lane. But I love serious stuff. But the comedy lane is always fun. It's I grew up watching comedy movies.
Yeah.
Love them.
What I'm saying is that I think that is there for you. You know, the way you reached out to me after we did the first Smoke App stuff, and you're like, look, 2K is really important to me, but I want to do more.
Yeah.
You just got to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so we don't know what we don't know. Like
Yeah, you're right,
as a
absolutely.
brand, right? Like I'm talking to you from a brand perspective. I'm
Yep.
like, I don't know what Dan Rue wants.
Hmm.
So you and I have had the pleasure of getting to know each other over a few years. And I do know what's important to you, and I appreciate that. I would love to help you and tried to help you. Um, but I think a lot of brands might not be aware of that. So in your case, I think you did an amazing thing with me, which was, here's what I want to do, Ronnie,
Yep.
and then telling me, following up with me. That's a big part of how the world works and where you find success.
I'm
So,
very thankful for you and 2K. I really want you to know that.
yeah,
It's like
we're
It's a-
thankful for you too.
it's a
my
dream
friend.
come true in a way
Yeah.
because man, I grew up playing like 2K games in general. You know,
Yeah.
so actually being able to work with 2K, it's a blessing.
Yeah. Dan Rue, everyone. He is. If you guys don't follow him on social media, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but please do. He's also always in Pro-Am and playing 2K, so I'm sure you could catch him in the city.
Park,
He's
too,
still
man.
mad about the microphone that doesn't look like a microphone. It looks like something else. But
It's all
it'll be addressed in season 2. It probably already has by the time you watch this thing. But thank you guys for watching 2K Now. This was Dan Rue. I'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.